what's next for Bill Belichick? We've got some DraftKings odds. And the one that I would definitely not consider placing a single penny on is him not coaching any other team. I think he's landing somewhere. I don't think he takes a year off. There's too many jobs open. And you sit and wait for a year. You don't, as I said yesterday, you don't take a sabbatical at 72. You retire at 72. You keep going. Time's a wasting. You don't have, as you said, the end comes for us all. You're not going to take a year off. You're going to keep going. And Robert Kraft seemed to acknowledge he's going to keep going. And Belichick, in his own sort of hardly say anything at all way, implied he's going to keep going too. So, Peter, where do you think he's going to go?
I don't know. I really don't know. But I would just say that I think of owners. And I think of owners who are looking for a way out of the wilderness. And that's why I think that these odds are pretty good, quite honestly. I actually think they're quite good because to me, the two teams that make the most sense are the Falcons and the Chargers. Arthur Blank is a desperate man to win now. And I don't think he's thinking about 5 years from now. I think he's thinking about right now. Same thing with Dean Spanos. Dean Spanos has, a fan base that he needs to build up. He needs, I have no idea if he'd do this or not. He needs to put a famous face on the billboard on the 405 and I-5 in Southern California. So to me, I think those are the two places where you have sufficiently desperate owners. And Mike, you might say, well, geez, why would Bill Belichick go somewhere where there's no quarterback? I'll tell you what I want to happen. I want Bill Belichick, well, I shouldn't say I want. I think it would be smart to happen. I think the Atlanta Falcons should hire Bill Belichick, and I think in free agency, they should make Kirk Cousins an offer he can't refuse. And if I were the Falcons, I would just say, hey, listen, we are going to go all in for the next 2 years, maybe 3, with Kirk Cousins. We're going to pair him with Bill Belichick. We've got winning players on this defense. We got a pretty good offensive line. We have really good offensive weapons. We get a good quarterback in here, we're going to win this division next year. So that's exactly what I would do. I would pair him with a good quarterback. And obviously with the Chargers, you've got a quarterback in place in Justin Herbert.
I don't believe any of those teams is where he's going to go. I don't think he's interested in anything that would require building. I mentioned earlier the old Bill Parcells cliche, if they want me to cook the meal, they should let me shop for the groceries. I think he's going to be looking to go to a place where the kitchen is already stocked with everything he needs. And I think he's going to wait and see what happens this weekend and next weekend, because I think he's most likely to coach a team that is currently in the playoffs and that loses. And I will not stop looking at the Cowboys as a destination until Mike McCarthy does what no Cowboys coach has done since 1995,
totally agree,
which is deliver that team to the NFC Championship. I've heard about this for weeks. In New England, they've been eyeballing it as a possibility. And when Jerry Jones is asked after the regular season finale against Washington about McCarthy's future and says, we'll take it one playoff game at a time, or words to that effect, that's the signal. That's the bat signal. And there's so much out there of Belichick praising over the top Stephen and Jerry Jones. And he has a fully stocked kitchen. He can do some cooking with Micah Parsons and Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb and all the other talented players they've amassed down there at a time when Bill Belichick can't generally manage his way out of a paper bag. Look at what the Cowboys have put together by way of their personnel acquisitions. So I'd watch them. I'd watch the Eagles, because I don't know what they're going to do if they lose on Monday night. That is a crap show right now in Philly. And Peter, the other thing I'd watch, the other thing I'd keep my eye on, because there's only one Patrick Mahomes in the NFL the last time I checked. I want to make sure Andy Reid doesn't retire after this season before I take another job.
Yeah, I can't see Reed leaving this year,
Just
but who
be
knows?
Sure.
I don't know.
Just want to be sure. I just want to be sure.
I understand.
And
Mike, you're absolutely right. I wouldn't do anything if I were Belichick till probably after the divisional round. So, and you say, why the divisional round? Well, because then, I mean, even if Dallas beats Green Bay, let's say they lose ugly to Team X in the divisional round, who knows? And I don't know. I first raised this as a possibility, not necessarily that and I don't know anything. I don't know anything other than I know that one of Bill Belichick's mentors in this sport is Bill Parcells. And people might say, oh, Belichick would never go work for Jerry Jones. Are you kidding me? That's what everybody said about Bill Parcells. Then he walked into Jerry Jones's Air Cowboy jet on the taxiway at Teterboro Airport in New Jersey. And 2 hours later, he gets out and Jerry's convinced him to come and coach his team. This is perfect. And by the way, Bill Parcells will tell you that he really liked working for Jerry Jones. And I don't know. You might say, well, geez, why would he say that? I don't know why I'd say that. Maybe he actually did like working for Jerry Jones, because I can tell you he did like it. And so I think it's a great and logical thing to say. And I agree with you. I think Philadelphia is the wild card in all this. How can, in the last 2 weeks, you not look at that team after the coach basically having a fire drill each of the last 2 weeks before the Arizona game, the crucial game, before the game at the Giants, crucial game, who knows, Dallas might lose at Washington, but whatever. And the team in neither situation coming out and playing anywhere near a good football game. Being down to the Giants 24-0 at halftime. I mean, I agree with you, Mike, but of the teams that are out there right now, I'm just telling you, if you put Kirk Cousins on the Atlanta Falcons right now and Bill Belichick coached them, they'd be an 11-win team next year, easy.
One last thing I'll say before we break, and this Jerry Jones dynamic, go back and look at the quotes from Bill Belichick when they got ready to play the Cowboys this year. Over-the-top, effusive, gratuitous praise and love for Jerry Jones and Steven and what they've amassed by way of talent in Dallas. And also, as you said, Bill Parcells was able to work with Jerry Jones. The counter to that, and this goes to your Atlanta theory, I ain't so sure Bill Belichick's going to want to work with Rich McKay. We got to do a little research on Tampa Bay, 2002. Bill Parcells about to take that job. Rich McKay, the GM there. Then Bill Parcells walks away. Something to look at before we tie Bill Belichick to the Atlanta Falcons. And we know Rich McKay's tied to Arthur Blank. He was sitting there at his elbow on Monday when they did a 100-minute press conference. We do have to take a break. Peter, I know you probably got some thoughts about that, but I got to take a break. Don't forget on DraftKings Sportsbook this playoffs, let me try that again. Don't forget on DraftKings Sportsbook this NFL playoffs, new customers can bet $5 and pocket $200 in bonus bets instantly. Plus, all customers can get a no-sweat same-game parlay every day. Download the app and use the promo code PFTLive when you sign up. DraftKings Sportsbook, the crown is yours. And please bet responsibly. When we return, we'll look at the AFC Super Wildcard games that start tomorrow on NBC. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.